you're officially a Laker now.
Oh,
you
God.
won a championship. You're official. No, because this is my guy in the sense of like he puts himself and we put him in the categories. Like, look, if you want to be the Magic, the Kobe Bryant, the Shaquille O'Neal, he knows you got to win a championship.
Yeah, Shaq. I remember when I first came here, Shaq. You know, Shaq he's a hard ass on everybody, man. And Shaq, I remember one of his quotes. He was like, "You're not a real Laker until you put a banner in the stadium."
Okay.
Until you put a banner in the arena.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
I was like, damn, that's a lot of pressure. Because I remember just walking in Staples and looking up there and seeing all those damn banners and seeing all those jerseys. I was like, well, you got some work to do, man.
Yeah, but so can we talk about this, right? So I'm there. I get back to the arena. Clippers are playing in Game 7. Clippers are playing in Game 7. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Clippers are playing in Game 7. And I'm sitting there, I kid you not, and I promise you, I'm sitting here like the basket is like straightly where you are, like right there. When Paul George shoots that shot off the side of the backboard, I'm in awe because there's nobody in front of me except for the court. I turn around and it's like Woj, Rachel Nichols, it's Malika Andrews. I turn back and look up at the stands where the media all is, and their faces are like white. Eyes big, mouth drop, like they couldn't believe what they were seeing. And it was just like utter shock. You FaceTime me, and I was talking to Miles, so you FaceTime me, and you were like, you were not on the Paul George thing, but you were just shocked, like you couldn't believe.
I couldn't.
You were like, you couldn't believe that was what was going on, because you guys were already sealed, right?
Yeah.
So you thought you were going to be playing the Clippers, and all of a sudden it was like, was there a little joy, not in the fact that they lost or the way that they lost, but now being a part of that Clippers-Lakers rivalry, that's not a rivalry, but you know what I mean.
Right,
like that was supposed to be the battle that everybody was looking at.
Listen, we're watching the game. First of all, we're watching every game.
Yeah.
I mean, when they went up 3-1, they're up 17 in the third. You know, we preparing. You know, to possibly, you know, we feel like it's a collision course. That's been a narrative all year
long.
Yeah. All year long.
Even by the NBA, that's why they had y'all play against each other on opening night.
Opening night, like opening night, Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And then gave us one more game.
Like the first
game inside the bubble, like Clippers.
Oh, everybody's counting on that.
So everyone was already counting the eggs and throwing them in the basket. So, you know, Game 7, you know, even what happened in Game 5 and Game 6, like we were still preparing for the Clippers. Like, you know, no disrespect to Denver, which we found out was a damn good team when we played them in the Western Conference Finals. We found that out.
I picked them to win. I thought y'all were trash.
We picked everybody except y'all the whole time.
I definitely saw it. He's like, oh, yeah, I picked Denver. You guys, prove me wrong.
Hang on for a second, though.
Prove me wrong. I see everything. I just don't say anything. Prove me wrong.
Can we, for a second, weren't you the one that, like, said something out loud when Richard was on our air?
Oh yeah, we got
that. Is he literally telling us Denver in 7?
Yeah, I was telling him. I was like, Denver's going to win in 7. And Bron walks by, and I had the phrase like, ball head. And people, this is the thing, and this way, like, I appreciate the troll because, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, we are separate, but like you root for your boys. You root, and like the Denver boys, that was where I finished my career. So like Jokic, Jamal Murray, I have so much respect for them. But also it was like, yo, no, you know, I just decided to go against everybody. And so it's like I have people like Jared Dudley's mom, because you run into everybody in the bubble. She was like, I was like, hey, good luck. She's like, didn't you say that so-and-so was going to beat us? You know, I was like, yeah, but you know, it's just funny to me to say.
People were like, how dare you disrespect the guy that won you a championship?
I can't believe people still take RJ serious.
Yes.
Like, you guys, like, seriously, they get there in a bunch. They get there in a bunch.
I troll your page. I troll SportsCenter's page.
Absolutely.
All I do is troll. Like, Bron will post something, I'll just be like, trash can. What are you talking about?
RJ's the best, man. RJ's the best. Channing is the best. I see Channing on Twitter all the time. Like, they went crazy at Channing a week and a half ago because he said, I don't care. Milwaukee didn't get better because Giannis can't score. People in their mind, they went crazy because all they was thinking, like, the guy averaged 30. What do you mean he can't score? But I know what Channing is basically talking about. Like, you got to break down the game. But everyone is so, like, instant oatmeal and so surface. Like, Channing
did you support him when he said that Jordan And then he tried to choose one.
What seriously went through your mind
when he's like, Jordan didn't have to do anything but score.
Bron
did one of these. Bron did one of these.
Listen.
Go ahead, Chan. I'll let you explain. I'll let you know what I did.
When somebody said he could average 50, I said, oh, so we just going to put out, like gravity doesn't exist. The sky ain't blue. Ain't nobody ever going to average 50 in an NBA game. They're going to double team your butt left and right. I don't care who you are, whether you're Shaq, Kareem, Jordan, Bron, whoever's next. Wilt Chamberlain. Come on, man. That dude was playing against 6'2" dudes, and he was 7'9". Stop it.
Listen, I completely agree with that. I don't believe nobody. There's nobody that's going to average 50 in our league. Like,
nah.
Okay, now that's just disrespectful. I mean, no matter how great you were in your era and how great you are to play in any era, if that's the case, I believe guys will average 50 in their era.
Yeah.
The era that they played in. So I don't believe that. But when Channing said what he said, if you ever seen the meme of Homer Simpson when he slides back into the bush, that was me.
Oh, no, that's not my boy.
People were so ready for. They was like, "Why isn't LeBron saying anything?" I was going on my thing like, "Are you crazy? I'm not touching this. I'm not saying nothing." Channing, go ahead, put him on the cross.
Yeah,
they put you on the cross for sure.
But no, back to the Clippers though. Back to the Clippers. Like that moment, because like you FaceTime because you knew I was at the arena.
I knew you was at the arena. I seen you on TV.
You answered your phone, and you didn't know I was talking to Miles.
No, I didn't know Miles was there.
Miles Simon, shout out University of Arizona. We like answered the phone, and we're looking like this, and you're like this.
I was like this. I was like, I couldn't believe it. To this day, I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the better team won.
Yeah,
that's what happened. But still, like. Because everything, all this talking that they were doing all year, and exclude Paul and exclude Kawhi.
Yeah.
Even exclude Trez and I mean obviously we know who.
Now
we know who
Trez. Now it's
Trez is talking.
Trez might have said a little bit because he was a part of that crew.
He no disrespect to Trez, but he kind of like Tristan. He gonna follow.
Yeah, he rolling.
He gonna roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus talking
and that's
trash,
why he loyal. Tristan, he's a loyal guy. Tristan's a loyal guy. Like if he believe in you, he gonna rock with you. So, and they put themselves in a position to get what they've been talking about all year, and I just couldn't fathom the part or come to realization that they did not seek that opportunity when it was right there.
Yeah, up 3-1,
up
double digits every game.
And just seeing the team that they had, they was built for that. I believe they was coached for that. I believe obviously they got our championship head coach on their bench and T. Lue. I just did not see them losing, just like everybody else in the basketball sports world. Did not see them losing that series. Besides one of my favorite coaches, Mike Malone, and his group. Yeah, Mike Malone is my guy. I mean, I spent I believe 5 years with him in Cleveland. It's one of the guys I love the most. And
you ever with Kroenke? Josh Kroenke?
Yeah, Josh Kroenke is my guy. Shout out Josh Kroenke.
Shout out Josh.
Shout out your Rams. Love you guys. Love you, man. I can't wait to get to that new stadium.
Right. Up next on Road Trippin'.
The one thing that I know for sure, that I've been a part of two teams that's won the two hardest championships in NBA league history.
The shock was when it happened, and I had only been there a short amount of time because I got there right before the conference finals were about to start. So I'd only gotten out of quarantine for 2 or 3 days. And to see all Marcus Spears, to see all of the media people, because I was just watching the game and I saw it and I was like, what the hell? Then I turned around to look and it was just everybody was just, they couldn't believe. And it was different than when you saw Golden State come back from because it was they were the best team in the league all year. Yeah. And even though KD and Westbrook, it was the best team.
They had the ability to do that.
The best team, but it was just to watch that was mind-blowing.
I just felt I felt the Clippers would win that series.
Yeah.
I feel like they had some championship DNA. Obviously, Kawhi, champion, T. Lue champion, Doc champion, and I just felt like they had built up enough mantra over that year to win it.
Okay, let me ask you this, because, and I'm sure you'll take this somewhere else too. Once it was all said and done, you had your moment on the mic.
Yeah.
And you said the whole organization, Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss.
As much as she setting you up, she's setting me up.
Everyone needed respect.
What's that one baseball game when you're a kid? What they call it, T-ball?
Yeah.
That's basically what she did.
Yeah, she
put it right on there.
Look, I'm a team player.
Yeah, you're great at what you do.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the lob. With that said, you said that you wanted respect on your name.
Put that respect on my name.
I want to know why.
I love having
I want to know why. Because I really do. I have literally not talked to you about it. I want to know why in that moment. And I want to know if the 4th championship has changed you.
Why did I say that just at the end about me or about everybody?
Well, I think...
Well,
about everyone because one, you know.
Let me break it down for everybody. So first of all, the organization, obviously, the Lakers have been on for the last 5 to 7 years, and rightfully so.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer.
Because they want you to win. They want you to win.
But it was you know, and from the outside looking in, and then when I actually got in it, you know, it was, and I want to be a part of the change. Yeah. So, okay, now we this is a change. The Lakers want their respect.
Yep.
Jeannie Buss being the only female owner, well, along with Portland because, you know, the late great, and also in New Orleans as well.
Yeah.
But she's the first female champion to win a championship.
And there was a lot of beef. There was a lot of beef. Like, other things happened, but she took over because
she took over, and obviously people know the story with her brothers and all that stuff. And she, you know, but more importantly, she wanted to just grab the Laker franchise. She had grown up underneath her father, the late great Dr. Buss, and knew what it took to win, and got it to that point. Love her or hate it, give her her respect. Rob Pelinka, obviously, Rob Pelinka was been on for the last few years, either, you know, with his relationship with Magic, or whatever the case may be. He's only the GM because of Kobe and his relationship with Kobe. Whatever you say. He built a championship team. We won a championship.
Yep.
Coach Vogel as well. You know, they didn't believe that they believe he was a second fiddle, you know, for the Lakers job. You know, it should have been T. Lue. Obviously, we know what happened with that. You know, he put us in position. He made the right play calls. He made the right adjustments. When we played, okay, JaVale was starting. Okay, we play this team. Okay, well, I need Dwight in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're started. I need Keith in this series.
AD,
in the Houston series.
AD, you're playing
in the Houston series. JaVale, Dwight, this is not the series for you. Keith, AD, you guys got to dominate the interior.
Yeah.
You know, AC, now you're gonna have to start. You know, in the finals, AC, I need you to start at one of the guards. Mm-hmm. He made those adjustments. He won a championship. And for me personally, after all that I've accomplished still in this league, there's still conversation of like doubt. And I can hear and I see it, and I see it on my feed every time I post something with this jackass across from me.
I just do it with motivation.
No, and I love it. And I love you too. Just from people that really, that the basketball world, because it's the people on TV and there's writers that write, that people in the basketball world really listen to. Mm-hmm. And they really believe. And I'm not going to give any of those names on this show because they don't deserve it.
You want me to? No, I'm joking.
I'll retweet it when you tweet it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That continue to discredit or continue to not to understand what, you know, the drive that I put into it. You know, they talk about these players, well, he doesn't have that same drive as them, or he doesn't have that same mentality as those. If he did, and they see what I continue to accomplish. So, you know, it was a reassurance to myself, but it was also like to the naysayers and to the haters, which will always be there, even after I'm done playing.
I'm always going to be right here.
And to Channing.
Right here.
Yeah. You know, I hear it, I see it, and just like one of the words I've been using today, holding them accountable. Yeah. And I'm holding them accountable.
Well, this is the part that, like, I always consider you like big little brother. Big brother because, you know, I respect, like, all the things that you do. Little brother because I've watched you since you came in, like so many other people. But there was one part that caught me in your, like, speech at the end when Rachel tried to tee you up. A couple years ago, after we won the championship, you said, look at his face. You said, you know what? And I understood because I was a witness. No pun intended. I was a witness, no pun intended. You were like, I believe that right there. after we won championship, made me the greatest because you had done something that had never been done before. Our team had done something that had never been done before. And people don't understand from an athlete standpoint the confidence and the mental confidence that we have to instill in ourselves. And so I watched it and I was like, kind of like, not the Channing Jordan, it wasn't that, but I was like, ooh, our guys got a lot of haters that are going to use this against them. And so the same moment, now your 4th championship, and that same opportunity was given to you by Rachel Nichols and said, like, hey, where do you think that this do it? And where I think even as a 35-year-old and you've accomplished what you've accomplished, you took a step back. And you were like, you know what? I'm smarter, I'm wiser, even than I was 4 years ago. You know what? That's not for me to decide. That's for everybody else. People are always going to argue that. So, like, I viewed it as a moment of maturity, right? Like, why is it that you took a step back in that moment? Not saying that you changed your mind or any of that.
Because I realized that the conversation is going to continue to happen no matter what. And it's great for the game.
Yeah.
It's great for the barbershops. It's great for the game. It's going to continue to happen. I don't know why. The one thing I don't understand is, like, you never hear, the greatest quarterbacks always talked about. You never hear, like, who's the greatest quarterback, Brady or Montana.
Yeah.
You got Montana with 5, you got Brady with 6.
Yeah.
Or you used to hear the Peyton and Brady thing when they played, but, Brady started to win a lot more and things of that nature. But you never hear, like, every single conversation.
Even baseball. It's like Babe Ruth, and then people just move on.
Right, they just move on.
No more arguments.
Right,
Babe
no
Ruth
more
is the greatest
arguments.
baseball player.
Right, exactly. So, well, other sports, hockey, you hear Wayne Gretzky. People move on.
You haven't heard anything since.
You move on. Wayne Gretzky is the greatest. You move on. There's, things of that nature. But, the conversation is going to always be had, and it's great for debates because they want to compare errors. They want to compare players and who they've seen. The one thing that I know for sure, that I've been a part of 2 teams that's won the 2 hardest championships in NBA league history. The 2016 Cavs coming back from 3-1 versus 73-9 team, being down 3-1 versus one of the best teams that ever been assembled.
2-time MVP.
2-time MVP. And then what we went through in the bubble. And if you were not in a bubble, you don't quite understand it. You would never, ever understand how hard it was to win that championship, to be able to motivate yourself, to be this is literally out of your whole comfort zone.
No family, no
family. I didn't see my family for 8.5 weeks. And then it was just my wife. I didn't see my kids until I got out of the bubble, 96 days. Everything you're accustomed to, your own bed or your chef, your sleeping pattern, you're so accustomed to, for me, I'm a routine guy. And when my routine is, like, knocked off, it's like, I don't know, it's hard for me to center myself. So
I'm with you.
I'm literally in a bubble at times, like, in my room, literally seeing the walls like this, like The Shining.
Just blood.
Just like blood coming down my walls. I go in the hallway, it's like 2 kids on a tricycle. I'm like, oh, holy what is going on? I got to go home. I'm ready to leave.
You haven't seen The Shining. We want you to play with us.
Yes.
You got to see The Shining.
It's one of the greatest ever horror movies. I'm a horror movie connoisseur, guys. I'm sorry for the people that don't watch horror movies, but it felt like a horror movie in the bubble. And I just believe that I've been a part of 2 of the hardest championships in league history. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what anyone says about that. You can debate who's the greatest of all time individually, things of that nature, and what they've done. But as far as the teams, that's one of the 2 hardest championships in league history. I've been a part of that.
Yeah.
Did this one change you? Respecting answering that question, by the way.
Has it changed me as far as what, me individually or?
I think individually most, because I know that's what makes up who you are. And
it just it centered me once again, which I love to be centered and also love to be re-humbled. Not saying that I'm not.
Right.
But it gave me an opportunity to just be like, this was an unbelievable achievement for our franchise, an unbelievable achievement for myself, what I was able to do for this team, what this team was able to do for me. And to be able to, like, I want more. Like, I want more. Like, I'm not settled and I'm not satisfied.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
It would be remarkable if movie theaters open up the same weekend as Space Jam releases. I'll crack this open.
Ooh, we got the 2020, John.
That worked too.
Yeah, 2020 championship.
Thank you.
2020 championship, Lakers edition.
Yeah.
All for the pack.
Did I get my shipment yet?
I'm just gonna put tequila in there. I'm gonna put some
1707
water in
partner.
it, drink it, and then put tequila in it.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna need ice because this is about to get sideways.
Yeah, we're just gonna sip it.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna just sip
But
it.
you know, that's not my strong point.
No, it's not.
That's not my strong point.
Once RJ get crazy, it's time for me to wrap up.
Then the Irish exit is coming.
I love the pickup truck too, by the way.
No, yeah, it's still been grinded.
Can we dive into Space Jam?
Oh yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's get into that.
So, do you guys want glasses?
And then I got a dip.
I'll do that.
What'd you say, Channing?
I said, take these sips so I could be here with y'all, and then I got a dip. I got to drive.
You can dip now, actually. I mean, we really don't.
Can you hand this?
Damn!
Is that a hoodie or is that like a sweater with a hood?
It's
like, what is it?
It's a hoodie. It's a baseball hoodie for Portland baseball.
Like, dog, like you make it seem like you are like born and raised in Portland.
Listen, look.
Channing, before you leave, we're gonna toast. Do you have a road tripping glass in your hand?
Yes.
Check out that road
Thank you, Allie, for sending that to me.
We got wine glasses. We are official.
That's show. I'll have a little coffee in this mug in a second.
Don't be stingy now.
I got to make sure I protect y'all. You know, I don't want to.
You're fine. You're fine. I won't tell anybody.
And if you want more, you know, we got more. Channing has a coffee mug. He's going to toast with a coffee mug.
It's a road tripping coffee mug.
No, it's a wine mug.
Oh, we got. Oh,
this is a wine mug?
You thought it was coffee? You think I'm going to give you something for coffee?
It's beautiful.
Tomato, it works for both.
Tomato, potato. Potato, potato.
What did you say first?
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato.
I'm going to go with the glass. It's just, it's part of the.
That king.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of it.
Just make sure if you're saying something that you want to be heard nationally, you're not sipping. You can hold it, you just can't be sipping it.
I'm a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We appreciate
you guys.
Channing, when you get back and you're ready to get on that airplane, we'll do this all again.
Absolutely. Love you, Channing.
Tell
Love you too, guys.
Tell Lauren we appreciate her.
Yep.
I will. Tell the family I said what's up.
Tell the kids I said what's up.
Yeah, put them long
Anytime you want to come out to Portland, get some of this fresh air.
I'll be there because there's no bubble, so I'll be there. I'll see you soon.
All right, Space Jam.
Let's go.
Yes.
Still on time.
Still on time.
When is it coming out?
July 16th, 2021.
Oh, we're good. So we'll be back in.
My hope. This is my hope.
Yeah.
My hope is that the world begins to open up around June, around the time Space Jam comes out. It would be remarkable if movie theaters open up the same weekend as Space Jam releases.
Oh, you crossing fingers.
I am.
I'm
crossing
Why
fingers.
do I feel like he could pull that off?
Well, we're gonna be in a better spot than we are right now.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
May, June, we'll be in a better spot.
We will be in a better place. And personally, I'm a movie theater guy.
Yes.
Like everybody. People would think like, oh, LeBron, he gets movies sent to him. No, I actually go to the movie theater.
So much fun.
I actually go to the counter, get my popcorn, and I sit in my seat.
Are you Red Vines or
You know I'm a Midwest guy. I'm a Twizzler guy, man. You know that. You're a West Coast guy,
God,
man.
he's a bad. Like that's the one thing that I always hated. Like,
I'm a Twizzler guy.
No,
man.
it's Red Vine. Twizzlers are disgusting.
No,
Red Vines are dry.
Red Vines
so
taste
good.
like it's just like
the best type of plastic.
It's like wax.
Best type of
Like
wax.
wax.
Red
And it
Vine
stays
tastes like
there for the
wax.
whole movie.
Ugh.
You can save it for later.
Ew.
You are so
Sonia,
gross.
what are you? Red Vine, that's my area.
She's West Coast.
She's West Coast, exactly.
West Coast.
Yeah, we went to junior high together.
Yeah.
Sonia. Shout out Sonia.
Shout out Sonia.
You made the show, Sonia.
That's what I'm saying. But Space Jam, yes. I actually, I'm doing some reshoots for Space Jam this coming week.
Reshoots?
Yes, some reshoots. So some things that
Didn't
we
go well.
shot, but we feel like could be better.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going back on set this coming week before training camp.
What do they do with the beard?
No, the beard is.
Was the beard the same beard
was
as
the same.
before? Or all of a sudden you went from like.
It's a little short. It was a little shorter, so they trim it a little bit. But
Okay.
I rock the beard in Space Jam.
Can you give a little
Context?
insight? Yeah.
Space Jam.
Because everyone's like, is it going to be this like a sequel, the same-ish?
No, it's not a sequel. It's called Space Jam: New Legacy. It's not Space Jam 2. Space Jam: New Legacy, and there will be a basketball game. I'll say that, and there will be some people that are a little bit out of this world that we're competing against. So in the same
Monstars.
You can call them that. They have a different name. I won't give the name, but it's more of a more of a family movie. It's a parenting movie between me and my son, and me trying to demand my son to do something because I was taught that way growing up. Demand my son to play basketball. This is all you're going to do. This is how you do it. And me as a parent not listening to my son and not believing in what my son is actually great at. So it's a tackling between me being a parent, supporting my son, and my son basically turning off at some point, and me trying to regain that trust throughout the movie, along with the great Bugs,
shed a single tear.
along with the great Bugs Bunny and Lola and Taz and Tweety and all of them.
Babs?
What's Babs?
She's sexy.
What's Babs?
Who's the? No, you know what?
There's
Go
Jessica.
there. Go there.
There's Jessica Rabbit.
She's the greatest.
Yeah, greatest. Like, look, she can't help that she was drawn that way.
Yeah.
She can't help that she was drawn
Jessica
that way.
Rabbit is the greatest.
Rabbit.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger is like, she's the greatest.
Again, you didn't see Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No.
See the tequila all of a sudden.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who's
Jessica
Babs?
Rabbit. Jessica.
Babs Bunny.
Babs Bunny. Yeah.
Never heard of Babs Bunny. I've heard
Have
of
you ever
Bugs
seen
Bunny.
Space Jam?
Yes.
She's the girl bunny.
I thought that was Lola.
No, wait, what? That's Babs?
It's Lola.
It's
Lola?
Thank you.
It's Lola,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm wrong.
It's
I'm
Lola,
wrong.
man.
Why did I think Babs? What did I
Yeah,
think
because of the tequila, because of the Lobos.
I think when they was little, Animaniacs. I think the little one was called
Babs.
Yeah.
I could sing the whole Animaniacs song here, intro song.
Please do.
Are you serious? We're Animaniacs, and we're zany to the max, so just sit back and relax. We'll laugh to the max. We're Animaniacs. Come join the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot. Just for fun, we run around the Warner movie lot. They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught, but we break loose and then vamoose, and now you know the plot.
By the way, kudos.
Animaniacs. I used to put on closed captioning when I was a kid.
By the way, the Animaniacs was amazing.
Amazing, because that's where we got Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, for sure. What we're going to do today,
we're
Brain?
Pinky in the brain. Yeah, that's how I used to learn the. I had the issue.
Okay, so Space Jam is coming out July 16th,
Yeah.
2021.
July 16th, 2021. The world will be in a better place and coming to a theater near you. Space Jam: New Legacy.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
When I heard the comment that Kyrie made, I wanted to, not only find the whole transcript, but also call my people. Once I got the whole transcript, I was like, damn.
So much stuff happened while we were in the bubble.
Yeah.
Like, so much stuff happened. It was trippy. It was like I know you were there a lot longer, but it was like I felt like, yo, nice hands, thumbs.
All of them. Thumbs.
All of them,
Every
right?
finger is a thumb.
So, since this is a podcast, one of our other the original Kyrie, our guy on the podcast, guy that hit the biggest shot of my career, no offense.
Nah, for sure.
No. But there was a comment there about him during the finals where he was talking about, like, he was always the best option and for like a late game shot, which we know Kyrie is a monster late game. That's not even a question.
Right.
But he said, like, this was the first time playing with KD that he looks down the line and there's somebody else that can also make said shot. Now, we know that turns the internet crazy and everyone starts putting highlights of you or this person, whatever. Like, when you hear this stuff, and I'm not saying it's a direct shot at you, but the timing of it during the NBA Finals, and obviously there's a tremendous amount of attention. Like, what is your thought process? Like, was there any, like, contact or just, like, or do you just channel out all that noise?
Well, I mean, first of all, Kai is one of the most talented players I've ever played with in my life.
Fact. I've ever seen.
The kid, I mean, I don't even want to, he's not a kid anymore, but back then he was.
Yeah.
You know, he was a young kid still growing into his own, and the shit that he was capable of doing on the floor, I had never seen before. His ability to be 6'3", 6'4", but play as he was 6'8", 6'9". You know, I literally seen him, like post up Klay Thompson, who's one of the best two-way players the league has ever seen.
Shout out,
and
Klay.
shoot over top of him.
Yeah.
And his ability to finish around the rim, his ability to make late game shots. I had so much confidence in him. I actually told Kyrie, I told him at one point while we played together that if you were not a league MVP someday, then you were selling yourself short. Because that's how much I believed in him.
Yeah.
And it's part of the reason why I came back home.
Yeah.
You know, besides the unfinished business, but I came back home because I'd seen the talent in him.
Didn't one of your children say, you're going home to play with Kyrie?
Yes.
Didn't they say?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bryce said that.
So excited.
Bryce was so excited because
He was like, "Damn, Bryce."
He used to play 2K, and Bryce was like, "You going home to play with Kyrie?" He was super juiced. I'm like, "I'm going home. What about Pops?"
It was like, what about where we were all born?
Yeah, right. So I knew the caliber of player I was getting, and if you see, obviously there's a clip out during the finals before one of the most clutch shots in NBA history, where I'm telling T. Lue to go to Kyrie.
I tweeted that.
Yeah, go to Kyrie because I knew the matchup that he was going to get. So, you know, throughout that whole series, we were trying to get the matchup where we could get Steph put on him because they had put Clay on him.
Yeah.
You know, you put 6'8" on Kyrie, you know, his vision gets taken away a little bit, but the kid's so damn special, it still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we had seen the way Golden State was playing us throughout that Game 7, and nobody could score. You know, if you look at the time from like 5-minute mark all the way till to Kyrie hits that shot.
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
We got bad offense.
You got, I mean, Clay missed a shot. You got, Steph missed a shot. I mean, I missed a runner. Kyrie missed a floater.
Dre missed a shot.
Draymond, who hit 5 threes in the first half.
Draymond hit 5 threes.
T. Lue was like, "Bron, you want to defense?"
me and T. Lue get into it at halftime.
The halftime was the best.
Yeah, me and T. Lue get into a halftime, almost come to blows. Kyrie was just like the one of the greatest, like I said, one of the greatest talents I've ever seen. To go back to your question, when the comment came out, one thing about me, I do not make reactions right off the bat because, I've been a part of, I created it uninterrupted because there's times where you can say something and they can take about a small bit of it, and then this is what they blast out to everybody. And that's why I started uninterrupted, because I got tired of being interrupted about the things I was saying into the media, and they would only take, out of the 20 minutes I was talking, they would take 2 minutes, one clip, put it on there, LeBron says this. Yeah. And I got tired of that. So when I heard the comment that Kyrie made, I wanted to, not only find the whole transcript, but also call my people, send me the whole transcript. And I heard he had did it on Katie's podcast. And I was a little like damn. Yeah. Once I got the whole transcript, I was like, damn. I wasn't like, oh, you tripping, I've hit game-winning shots my whole life. I was not like that. I was like, damn, because you were there for a couple seasons. I mean, I played with Kyrie for 3 seasons. The whole time while I was there, I only wanted to see him be an MVP of our league. I only cared about his success. And it just didn't align. Yeah. It just didn't align. And we was able to win a championship. Yeah. That's the craziest thing. We were still able to win a championship, and we could never align, but I only cared about his well-being, both on and off the floor. And it kind of hurted me a little bit. Yeah. Did it everything in life is always about timing. Like and my thing is like, we all know. That's what it was. Because it was the finals. It was the finals. We're in the middle of the finals. Obviously, look, Kevin Durant, before his injury, it was like you two. It was you two. Listen. And like you said, KD is one of those people that makes sure you wake up in the morning, even when you're tired, to go work out. KD's a dog. He's so good. And if he were to say there, like, when I'm tired, I wake up knowing that LeBron James is filming movies and I got to go work. I'm not speaking for him, but you guys motivate each other indirectly. Magic did it the same thing with Larry. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Michael had the Pistons. Like, everybody had their same stuff. But, like, did the damn, was it the statement, or was it the double damn, the timing? Like, yo, we're a couple of games away from trying to win another championship, and now there's this random story, narrative stuff going on. I want to say it was a double damn. It was definitely a damn for sure, all caps. But it's always been something that when I've been in the finals that comes out to try to distract me from my mission. So I was already ready for it, and it goes back to what I did with my kids. Being prepared. Yeah. I've always been prepared to know that there's going to be something said or done to try to knock me off of my mission. So that's why the double damn didn't happen. But it was when I was seeing that and I read it and then I got the full transcript and I heard it, I was like, yeah,
it's like, man,
The thing that's hard
we could say this shit in 2 weeks. We could have said it 3 weeks ago.
Like, goddamn, like I was like, oh, like, you know, I came back, you know, I never, anytime the media asks questions about, you know, Kyrie, you know, and we had multiple times where the media wanted Kyrie, I was the buffer. I was like, no, listen, you guys are tripping. Like, this kid is young, he's great, he's gonna learn. I'm here to help him learn, and I know what he's gonna become. And you sometimes, you know, you put yourself out there and then you get hit in the mouth when you're not ready for it.
But the thing that's hard about all of this is that for as much as you knew during those years how special Kyrie was, is just as much as he gave off in knowing that he needed you to get to where he wanted to be. In the
I only care, like, I only wanted Kai to grow not only as a basketball player, but also as a young man. Yeah. Throughout our time together, because when I got there, like you just said, all the attributes you just gave Kyrie, I saw that as well. Yeah. The kid gets a signature shoe from Nike, which we know it is a small. I mean, all the players that's played in our league, is all the players that's been with Nike.
And the shoe blows.
There's not many signature guys, and I was like, that is a signature guy. Yeah. Because not only is his ability, what he does on the floor, but not only with his size and his handle,
Sick.
Kids love that. Yeah. He's going to have a following. That is a signature guy. So I was like, I told my guys at Nike, yes, if this is what you guys are thinking, stop thinking he's a signature guy. There's nothing to talk about.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
I'm going to tell you a story that no one knows.
That's what we need.
My closest friends. Besides my closest friends, I'm going to break it down for us, and I'm going to tell you.
Before we get to that, there's two players I want to ask him about. Two players. One, your teammate, Anthony Davis, and like the growth that we've all watched him. You had him on the USA team when he was straight out of Kentucky, and then obviously what he's accomplished. And then I want to talk about Luka for a second. Okay. Because I've watched you for however many years. Luka's numbers are annoying. Right. Like, his numbers are absurd. Like, we talked about, like, you were the first person to go, like, what did you have, like 30, 15, and 15 or something absurd. And then Luka 2 nights later had 25, 13, and 13. Right. And we're like, these numbers are ungodly. Like,
my
how
brother
does he
sends
do
me
it?
a text during the playoffs, and he was like, he put it on Instagram. I think I sent it to you. And it was like, my favorite player, ... when LeBron James is done.
Yeah. Yo,
it's like my next favorite player.
Like, take me through what you saw, because there was a couple of moments with AD. Like, AD has been banged up. He's playing the 5, and there was a couple of moments where, like, I watched during the finals, and I was like, I want to see how AD's going to react. Whether he's falling on the ground, got hit hard, he was kind of having some moments, and you're like, because in New Orleans, there were times where you're like, he would go to the back, he would come back, maybe you play, wouldn't be play. This is the NBA Finals, like, this is the conference final. But AD showed up like a monster.
So to answer your first question, AD is, you know, we talked about Kyrie as far as how is gifted. Yeah. AD is even probably more gifted than Kyrie in the sense of, I mean, you add 7, 8 more inches of height. Yeah. You know, and his ability to dribble, shoot. I mean, all 3 facets. So I'm talking about 3-pointers, mid-range, low post. His defensive paralysis is uncanny. Yeah. I mean, we saw that in Kentucky before his offensive package was able. It was not even.
It was a monster.
Right. And then what I learned this year, like you just said, I watched him a lot in New Orleans, where he would get these little nagging injuries and he would be out games.
Well, mind you, because New Orleans wasn't fighting for anything, so he was like, whatever.
So it makes sense. It makes sense, you know. And I don't know if that was, you know, from the outside looking in or whatever. And you saw, like, you know, he would get the shoulder, or he would get the ankle, or he would get the bump, you know, whatever, and he would sit out. This year, no matter what injury he had, his ass came back on the floor.
Besides, no pun intended, the buttocks injury. Exactly. He was out for like 6 games.
Exactly.
Because like that was severe.
Yeah, but it's the bangs. It's
like
the bangs.
Severe. Yeah. So like he was dealing with a severe, foot problem, in the bubble, and he played through it every single moment, and he did not like the fact, and I saw that, he didn't have to tell me, he did not like the fact that they was out there, or my dog, who he called me, is out there playing, and I'm not out there.
Is that the moment in the huddle when he went down? We all thought the worst. Everyone did.
On the baseline?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was on the baseline.
And he came in,
grabbed his foot.
and there was a moment that the camera shot you guys. You looked angry as hell.
Because I know I can't afford to lose Anthony Davis.
Right. So
I can't afford to lose Anthony Davis and win a championship. Hell yeah, I was angry.
In that moment, though, was that what he was feeling? Because we were trying to figure out what the hell Anthony Davis was thinking.
Because all year, Anthony Davis falls, he gets hurt, he gets injured, but he gets up. You know, and it just, at that moment on that baseline, you know, I had already known with the foot issue he was dealing with. It took him a little bit longer to get up at that moment. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like I've throughout my career, I've carried a lot.
Yeah.
I've carried a lot.
Yeah.
And I would do it, but damn,
that's a big boy.
I can't take up all of that. That's Anthony Davis. Like, I need him on the floor, and so the frustration had nothing to do with his injury. It had everything to do with, in order for us to be whole, like literally whole, this guy needs to be on the floor. And I thought at that very moment that he wasn't coming back in the game. I truly did.
We saw that. We actually, her and I were texting. Yeah. We were like,
he's not coming back.
He was like, I think Anthony might be done. I think
Bron's frustrated.
And he's like, Bron's pissed off, not because of Anthony Davis, because of this moment.
Right, because of this moment. Yeah. Because I'm with them every day, and in between games, we're in a room, we're playing Madden, or we're chilling and we're watching movies. I'm seeing the treatment that he's getting on his foot, and his foot is black and is blue. His heel is black and blue. And he's trying to get all the swelling out of it. He's trying to get all the color back to his normal form. And I've seen it, so I already know going into the game that he's not himself.
Oh, man.
So any little, any little, you know, he could be compensating. So say, for instance, RJ, you know this. You know this too, you're an athlete. If you have an injury in your foot, you know, something else could be triggering. You know, you can have a calf you can have a hip that now you're compensating for other things in your body.
Klay Thompson's dealing with a knee and he tears his Achilles.
And even if it's not even on the same foot, like, you know, you got Klay Thompson who's dealing with his knee, maybe on the right leg, and now he tears his Achilles. All of this aligns. Everything's aligned. So in my head, I'm like, he hurt his foot, but maybe it's triggering something else. He's not going to be able to keep going.
Yeah.
And it probably showed in my face. I'm like, I need. Not only do I need.
You're not good at hiding things.
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, one thing about it. First of all, if I go my whole career, which is going to end like this, they're going to say that my facial expressions and my body language could have been better. Was terrible throughout my career. I apologize to all my teammates and coaching staffs.
But your teammates know.
But they know who I am, and they know at the end of the day, you can give me the same treatment.
Yeah.
You don't take it personal. You don't take it personal. Like James Jones always told me, and I always say every time, don't take it personal. Take it with you.
Take it with you. No, 100%.
Okay, with
that.
He
didn't answer Luka.
Oh, sorry. And Luka.
That's the last one. That's the last one.
First of all, I'm going to sit here and tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story that no one knows.
That's what we need.
Besides my closest friends, I'm going to break it down first, and I'm going to tell you. Luka is one of my favorite players in the NBA today. Mm-hmm. From the simple fact of the way I play the game is exactly how I love the way he plays the game. Team first, gets his guys involved. If you challenge me to score, I'm going to score. And at the same time, I'm going to score. And also, at the same time, I'm going to keep my guys involved. But I play for the team, and I'm going to play with a sense of joy. When Luka was going through his contract negotiations with Nike, and you saw him at one point, he was wearing Jordans. He started wearing the other brands.
Other brands, you don't even say.
Yeah, I don't say the other brands.
Good at that.
He was wearing the other brands on his feet during practices in Notion. I wanted to begin Team LeBron and have Luka as my first signing with Nike.
Oh, wow.
This is what I wanted. And I don't believe that my guys at Nike was ready for that. And obviously they were not because he ended up going to Jordan.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Luka knows this, but he would know it now. I wanted Luka to be the first signee of Team LeBron when he was going through his situation. And it didn't happen. He's still under the same umbrella of Nike's with Jordan, but I wanted him to be, and that's how much I believed in him. Yeah. And it's going to, I feel like it's going to haunt me a little bit.
It's going to haunt you.
But I wanted him to be my guy. I wanted him to be my first guy because I just love what he stands for. I love everything about him, both on the court and off the court. He's just a great guy.
And I can say this like purely like I haven't. Like Kyrie's got the crazy hands. Anthony Davis is 7 feet tall, right, with the ridiculous skill set. I have not seen somebody since probably you to be about between 6'6" and 6'8", 8.5", 9, that the game and everything is just like moving in slow motion.
To be able to
he just moves
at your own pace and be able to control every facet of the game.
Yeah.
He controls every facet of the game, from scoring to rebounding to passing to just his approach when he gets the ball. Like even if a team scores and his teammate outlets the ball to him to bring the ball up, you can tell the way when he's bringing the ball up, you have that Magic Johnson, Luka Doncic. You know, I don't like speaking about myself, but you know, we have that certain mantra, we have that certain demeanor. When we're coming up the floor, you like something special.
Do something.
If you go and decide you want to go to concession stand and get popcorn, you can miss something.
Yeah, Luka's that guy.
Luka's that special.
Yeah.
I think the only way to tie this up, if we have done everything that we need to.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Is obviously with the Lakers, you understand this, you know this. It's all about family. Here at Spectrum, it's the same. There's a reason why on a Saturday there's all these people in the studio because you came to give us your time. But I also know that in this building, even our director right now is the Dodger main director. And I know you were very excited down the hall. We broadcast the Dodgers. You were excited about them winning a World Series.
Yeah.
And so I think at the end of the day, just bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
So can I hit on that point too?
That's why
I'm giving you that opportunity.
Let me hit on that point because a lot of people.
Shout out to our director, Manny.
Yes, a lot of people think like, oh my God, well, what happened? I thought he was an Indians fan. I thought he was a Yankees fan. I thought he was
Cowboys
fan. Like
Browns.
This is what you guys have to understand. If I'm in a respective city, well, this is all one family. When I played with Miami, you know, I rooted for the Marlins and I rooted for the Dolphins. Not saying that they were my favorite team.
Yeah, you root
but
for
at the
them.
end of the day, I'll root for them and I want them to be as great as they can be. When I was in Cleveland, I rooted for the Browns, which I still do today. You know, and it's tough at times. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I root for the Indians. And obviously you guys can go back and see how we were at those games.
Show me a team having more fun in a baseball game.
You know, we root for our respective clubs because when we win and we all win, it brings so much more joy to our communities. Just a positive influence. Now that I'm here playing for the Lakers, besides the Clippers, I root for everybody.